Hey, you got me. You can call me Craig, you can call me Akai, you can call me that crazy pink banana hammock wearing guy, or you can call me One, or just call me your brother from another mother, taxi driving mother, trucker, lover of life, and all things fine. Truly honored to have captured even just a moment of your time. For with identical selves, you and I are the divine. Woo, baby. Now, time is one of those, it's the most valuable asset of mankind. It's also the most unappreciated and equally distributed. And, I want to ensure to you that I appreciate the time you're sharing with me right now, and I hope you gain some value out of it. Let me tell you a little bit about me and a little bit of my testimony, what I do, and why you want to get on the church now, right now, because it's a self-improvement system that is going to bring you to be that hero, genius, legend that you were designed to be. I'm talking living your life with passion, because if you ain't living your life with passion, you ain't living your life at all. So, I'm 44 years old. I was born in Calgary, Alberta. I was raised on a farm in Saskatchewan. The hard-working farm boy. That's right, man. I worked. I worked from the time I was 13 years old, and I've never stopped working. And I'll outwork anybody because I've always loved what I did. Loved what I did. And that is the thing about, finding passion. Les Brown says it best. When you find your gift and you got your passion, you got your thing, you got to give it away for free. You can't expect people to pay you for it. And that is what I've been doing. I've been giving my gift away for free for a long time. But I also I've had some problems and had my own challenges. I was addicted to addicted. I don't like the word, but let's just say that I have engaged in substance abuse. I've drank a lot of alcohol back in my university days, and then again in my corporate days when I started climbing up the corporate ladder, which I have climbed to the top of every job I've ever had in record time because I bring record results, unexpected results, unprecedented results. And the reason I do that is because I'm the kind of salesperson that will listen to the 7 times that the human brain says no due to our negativity bias, which no longer serves us well because we are addicted to comfort and homeostasis. But what I will do, I am that sales guy because my time is valuable. On the 8th time, if you decide to say no to me, well, by then, I'm going to tell you right then and there, I already know that this is the right decision for you as a consumer or a stakeholder of mine. I no longer like to use the word customer because we are in this together. It's a mutually value-added, sustainable relationship, and if it ain't that way, then you go shop on Amazon or you do something like that. But I will buy it for you the 8th time, and you can thank me later. And that is why my sales results have been so absolutely amazing because I would never sell anything to anyone that I wouldn't buy myself. However, let me tell you a little bit more about why I am Akai and why I am the yin-yang kind of guy that you need to know. Because I did live in Taiwan for 10 years after I had, getting close to the addiction with cocaine that was really starting to put me down a path of self-destruction. A cousin who's like a brother of mine invited me over to his oldest daughter's baptism to be a godparent. And I went over there. I planned to stay for 2 weeks. I stayed for 10 years. I came back with a wife and a kid. But what I learned in Taiwan was an absolutely amazing thing that changed my life. And that's where I was born again. So I say I was also born in Hualien, Taiwan, where that's where Akai was born. And that's where my Asian mindset was born. So I respect the whole yin-yang, baby. You're looking at a yin-yang. I am the color gray, but everything is black or white, depending on how you look at it. When you operate with the right intention, it's always black or white. Now, your intentions may pave the road to hell, and that's why I teach a concept called bullet journaling with intention, where you reflect back upon your intentions and you ask yourself a simple question. Were any of the stakeholders that I could identify now or potentially identify in the future, did they have a negative vibration or a negative experience as a result of my behaviors as I sought out my goal or my intention? If the answer is yes, then maybe your intention was good, but you need to change your behavior. Now let me tell you a little bit more about me and what I do. So on May 19th, 2019, the first time an angel ever touched me, and I was down on the beach, Gyro Beach, one of the most beautiful beaches in Canada, 2 blocks away from my bed and breakfast, which I called heaven, and we'll talk about heaven and how heaven turned into hell in a little bit here. But I was meditating, and all of a sudden I had this weird feeling, and all I can say is it was a yellow light, it was bright, it was white, and it was like, but it was like you were looking at an eclipse, but it didn't hurt your eyes. And then all of a sudden my body was like getting possessed by something, and I was like, and I freaked out. It was scary as all get out. And then when I realized I couldn't do anything about it, I thought I was having a stroke or a seizure or something like that. I wasn't. I was being tickled from the inside out. And actually, it felt good when I sat down and just listened to it. And then the voice came and said, "My son, you are one of the few that have found your gift. You know you were a salesperson. You've been selling through and through, and you've had results in countries that you didn't speak the language. You've been in cultures that you didn't understand, and you've been in healthcare, education, insurance. You name it, brother. You have been selling it, and you've been bringing unprecedented results. But you've been hopping. You've been homeless. Ever since you lost that farm when your parents sold the farm back in the late 80s, late 90s, you've had no home. And you always thought you were going to be a farmer, but when the farm left, You kind of were wandering. And I don't usually tell this to people because they got to find their own gift themselves. And you found yours, and I'm telling you, you are dialed right in. You know exactly what it is. You are here to sell. But I'm going to take it one step farther because I'm actually concerned about the human race right now. You see, if the path continues the way things are trending, and I don't care what metric you pick, displaced people, environmental pollution, water quality, homelessness, hunger, it does not matter, quality of education, financial distribution, equity distribution, wealth distribution, it doesn't matter, pick a metric, it has not been trending in the right direction. And I can assure you that although you humans are a creation of mine as well, Mother Earth is as well, and Mother Earth will be here long after you if you do not smarten up right now. And I can tell you right now, your future does not look that different from the dinosaurs. You know, the dinosaur died of the Ice Age, but you're going to die of fire from a fire-breathing dragon if you guys don't smarten up. And my good son, I'm going to tell you right now what I need you to do, and I'm going to tell you it's going to be the hardest thing you've ever done in your life, and it's going to take you to rock bottom. It's going to push you up against the shores. Your body is going to be laying crumpled up on the streets. But I need you to do it because nobody else can do it. I need the best salesperson on the planet, and I need you to do it. And I need you to do it right now. I need you to get out there and sell that vaccine to what you identified in 1995 as the biggest problem affecting the human race, which is a lack of purpose, void from internal motivation. They're selling time for money. I need you to sell hope. Hope that impossible things happen. Now let me tell you how I sell hope, because it was the hardest damn thing to monetize, but ever since that day, May 19th, 2019, I have not stopped selling hope, and it took me a long time to figure out how to monetize it. Now I figured out a way, so I walk up to somebody, I was like, you know, I can see people's pain. There's divine spirits coming through me, and I can see people's pain. All people die of only three things: boredom, loneliness, and isolation. Those are the three things that everybody dies from. Now I can see their pain. I walk up and I say, how you doing, brother? How you doing, sister? I see some pain in you, and I know your pain. Maybe you're addicted to meth, or maybe you're addicted to alcohol, maybe you're addicted to self-harm, or maybe you're addicted to stock trading. You know, but what I see is your pain is a result of potential unexpressed. You see, you're not operating to your God-given gift. And that pain is inside you, and nobody else can feel it. And half the time, you don't even know it's there. You're just masking it. You're treating it because somebody's going to treat the pain, and you found a way to treat it. I want you to believe in impossible things back like when you were 4 to 7 years age, when your brain was like more theta wave and everything was possible. You didn't even know the word impossible. You know, when you were playing cops and robbers, you were like really in the zone. When you were playing, you know, spacemen and all that stuff, you were really flying in your mind. Your dreams were so vivid. They were so amazing. There was nothing that was impossible. And I want to bring you back to that sense. Because when you found that spot, that time, that point, that's probably when you were dialed in. Whatever you loved to do back then, whether you were the best at it or not, that was probably where you were supposed to be operating. That's probably your God-given gift. That's probably what you're here to do, to put value to other people's lives. And when you put value to other people's lives, doing what you love, you will be the best at it, bar none. And you never focus on the money, because the money's going to follow you in boatloads when you start dialing in, when you add value to other people's lives. And so I ask a lot of people a simple question: what's your value proposition? Please tell me in a single sentence. And you know what? I've never had a person answer that right. And I help them identify their value proposition. And so how do I sell hope? I ask these people, I said, would you believe if I told you that you are here to be a legend? Would you believe there's so much more to you than what you think you are? You are only manifesting what you've been told you are, because the first impression is the hardest impression to change, and you just got sick of fighting the flow. You know, maybe you were an introvert, but you're now educated in an extrovert society, and you were ostracized for going to the library instead of wanting to go out and pick on people. Well, I'm telling you right now, the world needs you. And it needs you to operate to your true potential. It needs you to live a life like a legend. Like Aphrodite and Zeus, where the stars and fireworks are coming. That's the legacy that you were left here to leave. You know, Robin Sharman said it best in the story where a father was talking to his son. He said, son, when you were born, you cried and the world rejoiced. You had an APGAR 10 out of 10. You cried so damn hard when you were born. You live your life in such a manner that when you die, the world cries as you rejoice. And I don't care what religion you subscribe to, if you do that, when everybody thinks of you, because they'll never remember what you say or did not say, what you do or did not do, but they will always remember how you made them feel. And if you make everybody feel good when they think of the time with you, their interaction with you, or the product they bought, or the service they received from you, when they feel good, when they bring up your mind, your picture of you in their mind, you live yourself well.
How do I go about selling hope? How do I do this? How do I do this? How do I prove to people that impossible things can happen? Because they think I'm crazy. I'm selling hope. And I actually don't sell hope because that hope is within you. All I am, the dude, is a messenger. I've got the key. I've got the key to help you unlock that little treasure chest that you put away somewhere around the ages of 7 to 10 years of age when you started hearing the words impossible and can't, and you started getting an attack on your self-confidence. And I help you find that map. But you don't believe me right now. You think I'm crazy. So I'm going to ask you a simple question. Do you think money is important in the world? Do you think money is a value exchange tool that has some power? Because I can tell you I do. I'm one of the few that says that money does make the world go round. If you look at the stockpile of gold and money in China, I do believe that the gravitational pull alone, due to the concentration of money, with 3% of the world controlling about 97% of the world's wealth, I do believe that they put that all in one place, we could change the gravitational pull of the earth. So I think money makes the world go round. And it's just a value exchange tool, it's all it is, but right now it's the one we've chose to use. Now, good sir, I know you think I'm crazy, but if we do agree that money's pretty important in the world, if I told you I could make money out of thin air, and I could prove to you that I could do it, right in front of your own damn eyes, would you give me a little bit of would you give me some time? Would you listen to my Church of Now self-improvement system? Would you help me ignite the fire within you that was long lost, put out? Would you please help me deal with the pain? Because the pain that I have is when I see people that are operating not to their true potential. When I see people at a red light and they need an alarm clock to wake up because they're not living their life like a warrior. They're going to sell time for money. It kills me. And my goal for this world is utopia, where there is no suffering. There is only a state of joy and abundance and health. In a state of sustainability, as we all operate like warriors. We wake up charging to add value to other people's lives, and we never worry about the dollar because the dollars just keep coming in behind. If I can show you I can make money out of thin air simply by doing what I love, and if I can help you find what you love, and I can show you the product and the roadmap and the strategy to make you make money out of thin air doing what you love, will you listen to me? Will you give me 30 days? Will you give me 60 days? Because at 90 days, when you're done with the Church of Now self-improvement system, you won't even recognize the person you are. You will not recognize the abundance that you live in. You will not recognize the energy that you have. You will not recognize the amount of impact you have on the world and those around you. And it's going to get deep. It's going to get ugly. It's going to get painful. Because we're going to go right down to the point where you got to forgive yourself. You got to learn to love yourself. And when you learn to love yourself, you're going to let the love in from the universe. I don't care if you call it God, Buddha, Waheguru, Allah, or Timbuktu, or Mother Earth, or the world star. It don't matter to me. But when you allow the love of your faith to come into you and realize you have nothing to worry about. I hate that term. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Never teach your children that. Never teach your children to be careful. What do we need to be careful about? We need to be careful of plan B. You go in a race, you don't have plan B. You only go so hard that when you fall forward. You tuck, drop, and roll. You get back and running. But when you got plan B, you always got your hands back. You're always ready to fall backwards, like something might not go right. And I'm no different than you. Please don't think of me as any different. I know my arrogance comes through like so crazy because I do walk on water. I do make money out of thin air. But you can too. And this isn't arrogance. I'm a medium. I'm a channel. Something's coming through me. And it's helping me with my pain. Because I know utopia from the first time I heard that word was September 1995 when I started the Church of Now. And it said, the Church of Now, welcome to the Church of Now. Our future is what we see. And on the front page it said, everybody knows what's right or wrong. Eventually write your own damn Bible. Start writing the script to this movie called Your Life and make the ending the one that you want it to be. And I want to help you do that. I want to prove to the world that impossible things happen. I want utopia. I want an end to all human suffering. And I want you to join me and do that with others. Because when you live your life for the service of others, it comes back 1,000-fold. Now, you don't need to know why I'm homeless or why I lost, had a net worth of $4 million and lost it in 6 months because I decided to help girls that were forced into the sex trade industry and were addicted to fentanyl. But I can tell you this, my dad told me, Craig, you're different. You're smarter than anybody I've ever seen. I don't know where you get it from because you don't study, you don't do nothing. You're kind of a wild child and you just get like 99 on everything you do and the teachers hate you because you're always challenging them. But I want you to be different. In this world where we have legalized lying, where we actually promote cheating, if you watch a hockey game, if a guy doesn't get caught for a bad move behind the scenes, the whole audience claps. It's like we're supporting cheating. I said, I want you to be different. I want you to trust unconditionally. When you start to, anybody tells you something, I want you to believe it to the letter of the law. But he said, I'm going to warn you right now, son, you never let them burn you twice, because there will be lies. You're going to get lied to. You're going to get burnt. And I did that. I've been doing that for a long time. But he forgot a very important lesson to tell me before he passed away. Only trust with what you can afford to lose. And that's the mistake that I made. That now I realize that I should have not trusted the people that I was trying to give businesses to, trying to bring them into entrepreneurship, trying to give them an opportunity to stop selling time for money, trying to give them an opportunity to stop being addicted to fentanyl and drugs, trying to get them out of the sex trade, which they were forced into usually by a loved one. I want to ignite the fire in you so that when you walk through a room, that whole room just starts vibrating and coming alive. You spent 20 minutes with me and I guarantee you're going to have a hard time sleeping that night. But when you sleep, you're going to sleep like a baby because, oh my God, the goodness, the energy, the power that comes out of me. And it isn't mine. I'm just a medium. I'm just a channel. You know, in 5,000 years from now, if you and I died by that tree outside right there, nobody would be able to tell the difference between your group of cells and my group of cells. So when the heart dies and the body dies, the soul cries out for more. And that's what I want you to live your life soulfully with passion and just ignite everything you do. God bless you. Namaste. Sashrigal. Whatever word I can say to say is thank you and God bless you and thank you for this time. I hope that you've gained something out of this. One thing I'd like you to do right now is just start journaling every day. 10 gratitude statements the first time you wake up. I don't care how bad your life is. I've written this down more than 1,000 times in a day. When I was getting my ass kicked by gangsters and people that were swinging knives in my head and pepper spraying me, trying to run me down with cars because I was trying to put a dent in their fentanyl business, I wrote it down 1,000 times. I am grateful for that last breath. I am grateful for that last breath. And you know it's hard to be angry when you're grateful. And when you start realizing everything that we have is not ours, it's just a gift. When you start bringing gratitude into your life, then I'm going to take you into the next step where we're going to start bullet journaling, that tool that's used by doctors and lawyers to help them just like run through all kinds of scenarios like they just can't miss a beat. And I'm going to teach you how to do that, but we're going to add a little bit something to it. We're going to add some spirituality to it. And we are going to make you live your life like a hero and a genius and a legend. And the world is going to cry as you rejoice on your deathbed. God bless you. Welcome to the church now. I know there's a lot of places out there that like to say amen or amen or whatever, yeah, say God bless you, whatever. You know, in the church now, we like to just give it a little bit more oomph. And we go out with a big old boom shakalaka.